This is no vacation. This is an examination. It is not a time for recess, it is a period of reckoning. The world may encourage you to take a break. The sun might tempt you to relax and drift away. But the exceptional individual, the one who thrives even as the leaves fall, is the person who works diligently during the heat, sharpens his skills in silence, and builds his dreams while others are asleep. I am not here to offer you platitudes or pat you on the back. I am here to confront your inner self, because deep down, you know that you have squandered precious summers in the past. You have drifted along, watching the days and months slip away while your future has gone hungry. This time, it must be different. You will not go soft in the heat of summer, expecting to awaken and achieve greatness when the cold sets in. You will not prioritize comfort while simultaneously demanding extraordinary results from yourself. Over the course of 7 parts, I will share vital laws, mental laws, spiritual laws, and laws of wealth. If you choose to follow them, you will emerge from this summer utterly transformed, but only if you obey. I urge you now, what will you have to show for this summer? Speak it aloud. I build when others rest. I plant during the heat to reap in the winter. Say it again, more powerfully this time. Summer will put your character to the test. December will render a verdict on your actions. These are not just poetic musings. They are immutable laws, undeniable and eternal. Each season is a trial. This summer, the one that lulls most into complacency, will unearth the truth about what you truly believe, what you genuinely desire, and who you are at your core. While the world sheds its discipline in the rising heat, the rare individual sharpens his resolve. While many drift into prolonged days filled with mindless pleasure, the person who understands power tightens his structure and focus. The rare individual knows what most forget. Summer is not a vacation. It is a battleground. A silent war is being waged, not with swords or fire, but through choices, rhythms, and habits. The man who loses this battle will only realize it once the cold weather returns, when he sees the fruits of his inaction during the vibrant summer months. Listen closely. The man who squanders June will surely lament in December. The one who sleeps through July will feel the repercussions come January. Those who drift now will pay the price later, and not just in abstract terms, but with real outcomes, in missed goals, broken commitments, and a whole year unfulfilled, leading to yet another winter filled with the regret of maybe next time. This transcends mere summer. This is about rhythm, identity, and legacy. You may think you're just relaxing, but what you're truly doing is voting for the person you will become 6 months from now. This vote is inescapable. You cannot feign ignorance. You cannot blame the heat, the parties, the travel, or your need to unwind. These are not valid reasons. They are lullabies of failure. Every time you declare, "I'll get serious in the fall," you are digging the grave of your potential. Every hour you spend drifting in the name of fun trains your mind to give up when conditions are easy, ensuring that you will falter when difficulties arise. I do not instruct you to find balance in your life. I will not tell you to enjoy yourself. You have had more than enough of that. Examine your life. Analyze the habits you hold on to. Reflect on the work you are avoiding. Recognize the self you betray every time you dismiss it as simply the summer. Do you believe that greatness awaits the changing of the seasons? Do you think Andrew Carnegie built empires by lounging in the sunshine? Did Henry Ford revolutionize industries while on holiday? Did Thomas Edison wait until fall to unlock the doors of his laboratory? No, these men built legacies of thunder in the quieter seasons when others were idling. While others paused, they persisted. While others took the easy path, they refined their crafts. That is why their names echo through history instead of being lost among the thousands of names of those who partied while they planned. So I ask you now, what will you have to show for this season? What fruit will grow from the seeds you are planting, or failing to plant, right now? What legacy will you establish that speaks for you in December, when the climate changes and your results are scrutinized by the world? Will your future self reflect on your actions with gratitude, or will he curse the weaknesses you pardoned during this time? This season is a true test. The prize for passing it is more than just discipline. It is the ability to dominate. The individual who conquers the challenges of summer will come to master himself. The person who can build when it's hot, while others are playing and when no one is watching, can construct anything, anywhere, under any pressure. He does not rely on external forces. His standard is set by an inner strength that does not wither in the heat. You must aspire to become that individual. To guide you on this journey, I offer you 7 truths, principles, not mere theories. Through these 7 truths, you will learn how to transform this summer into your proving ground, your temple of structure, and your crucible of identity. You will receive the mental tools, spiritual insights, and daily instructions needed to mold this quiet season into the strongest foundation of your life. But you must comply. These are not mere suggestions. They are laws, and if you adhere to them, the world will hardly recognize you by December. If, however, you choose to drift, to procrastinate, or to believe you can exist without these laws in summer while expecting to reap rewards in winter, then you will join the masses in cold regret. Now, affirm this commitment. Write it on your mirror. I build when others rest. I plant in heat to reap in winter. Say it again slowly, with complete conviction. I build when others rest. I plant in heat to reap in winter. Let that become your mantra, your guiding principle for each day of this summer. Let's begin. Summer is not a pause. It is a mirror, a magnifier. It serves as a silent observer that reveals your true rhythm when no one is demanding anything from you. When the pressure of obligation fades and time seems to move at a slower pace, it is then that your inner truths are exposed. Most people walk in discipline only when coerced. They rise early solely because employment obliges them. They act whenever pain drives them. But when freedom appears, so too does their true nature. Summer is that exposure. It strips away external threats, visible deadlines, and the structures imposed by authority figures. It poses one unrelenting question. Can you still lead yourself when no one else is watching? To be blunt, how you respond in summer will shape the reality you inherit in winter. It is not just about your actions when the sun blazes. It encompasses the kind of person you become when no one is checking on your efforts. When structure is optional and discipline is entirely personal, most people abandon order the moment they feel liberated. Understand this law. Your future will not be determined by how well you perform under pressure, but by how you behave in moments of true freedom. Because freedom devoid of discipline is not power, it is merely drifting, and drifting is the silent assassin of destiny. Do not utter the phrase, It's just summer. That phrase is the anthem of the forgotten, the excuse of the mediocre. It is the first line of every man who awakes a decade later, confused, bitter, and broken, wondering why his life never became what he once dreamed it could be. And I will tell you why. Because he lost his rhythm when the world relaxed. He sacrificed his structure for fleeting pleasures, thinking he could coast through summer and revive his ambitions in fall. But he failed to grasp the truth that seasons do not postpone judgment. They only delay its delivery. When that reckoning arrives in the cold months, during quiet nights, and the stark realities of December, it does not bring what you wish for. It reveals what you have trained for. Let us now discuss rhythm. The individual governed by rhythm is never swayed by mood. He rises at the same hour, not from compulsion, but because order is the foundation of success. He articulates his primary aim every morning, not because it is trendy, but because his mind needs daily direction. He engages in repetitive practices, not out of excitement, but because repetition is the womb of identity. Summer tests all of this. When the sun lingers longer and the world quiets down, the person bound by rhythm remains steadfast and, as a result, builds wealth quietly, while others squander opportunities they will never recover. Let us remember Abraham Lincoln, not as the president he became, but as the young man studying law by candlelight, while others indulged in idleness during the summer heat. He developed mental strength when others were softening, and that rhythm sustained him through challenges, allowing him to bear the weight of a divided nation. That is the power of rhythm. That is what this summer can do for you if you choose to adhere to your structure instead of surrendering to the temptations of relaxation. Now, I ask you, have you already compromised your rhythm? Are you waking later than usual? Are your disciplines dissolving like ice in the warmth? Are your intentions scattered, lost in a sea of parties, events, and distractions that clutter your calendar? If your answer is yes, then you are squandering this season, scripting a narrative of regret. However, if you rise now, recommit to your goals, and fortify your structure when no one else is pushing you, then you will succeed. Not because it feels good, but because you are cultivating the muscle of consistency under freedom. That is the muscle that governs empires. You must maintain your waking hours. You must sharpen your focus and execute tasks daily. Treat each day not as a luxury, but as a test, for it truly is. You are not being judged by others. You are being evaluated by the person you are becoming. And that person will remember every compromise, every day you traded discipline for ease. He is the one you will coexist with for the rest of your life. So here is my directive. I obey rhythm. I do not drift. My discipline does not melt away with the summer sun. Say that again. I obey rhythm. I do not drift. My discipline does not melt away with the summer sun. Let that become your internal mantra, guiding you louder than the distractions and temptations surrounding you. Let it influence your choices before consequences arrive, because they will, without a doubt. The only question remains, will those consequences reward you or reprimand you? If you rest when others rest, you will work for those who lead. That, my friend, is the law. And summer serves as the proving ground for whether you intend to lead or follow. Summer will not only test your rhythm, it will also reveal your relationship with solitude. It will answer the question, do you need someone watching you to work? Must someone hold you accountable for you to be productive? Or do you possess an internal fire? If you still require reminders, if your actions hinge on the presence of others, then understand clearly. You are not yet a master of your fate. You are still learning the fundamentals of success. The individual reliant on external structure will falter when that support disappears, and summer is the season in which that support is stripped away. The world quiets down, meetings cease, classrooms empty, and pressures relax. It is within this stillness that your true development either takes flight or stagnates. The weak person misinterprets the silence of summer as an opportunity to drift. But the strong individual perceives it as a sacred invitation to grow without disturbance. He does not shy away from a lack of structure. He becomes the structure itself. He does not fear silence. He actively utilizes it, for he understands the truth. Isolation is not punishment. It is preparation. You must aspire to be a person who flourishes in solitude, because there will be many seasons where your growth occurs without recognition, without applause, and without anyone applauding your progress. The person who cannot take action in isolation will find it challenging to sustain resilience under pressure. Leadership can be lonely. Creating something extraordinary demands protracted periods of silence, where your only companions are your thoughts and your commitment. Summer offers you this silence, yet many waste it, filling those hours with noise, distraction, and escapism. They surround themselves with individuals who do not share their aspirations, fearing what they would discover if they spent too much time alone. However, it is within that silence where giants are shaped. Thomas Edison embodied this understanding. While others were on vacation, he was locked away in his laboratory, not just for a weekend, but for entire seasons. For Edison, creation was his summer. While others chased comfort, he pursued the laws of nature and discovery. While others were aimlessly drifting, he delivered transformative breakthroughs. That is why his name is etched in history. He endured the solitude others feared. Now, I ask you, who are you spending time with this summer? What conversations are you nurturing that stifle your greatness? What invitations are you accepting that undermine your identity? Which friendships are you maintaining simply to avoid the discomfort of being alone? I am not imploring you to be lonely. I am urging you to be intentional. Create what I call a monastery of the mind, a sacred time and space where you retreat not to withdraw, but to advance, minimizing distractions while maximizing output, reflection, and productivity. Here is the law. If you are not creating, you are conforming. If you are not producing, you are decaying. If you are not progressing in silence, you will not progress at all. Use this season to engage in isolation with intention, not to sulk, but to sharpen. Use these long days to design your future. Utilize the quiet hours to make crucial decisions. Forge yourself in the heat of challenge so that you do not seek validation in the eyes of others. Instead, you are becoming a strong and clear identity. Your development should not depend on visibility, because truly powerful transformation often goes unnoticed at first. That anonymity is a gift. It grants you time to build in secret, to eliminate weaknesses, to fortify your foundations. When storms do arrive, you will remain unshaken. Now affirm these words with conviction. I do not fear solitude. I use it. This summer, I am the craftsman of my future. Repeat it again, fully
embracing its meaning. I do not fear solitude. I use it. This summer, I am the craftsman of my future. That is the character you must embody. A man who does not chase the crowd, who does not depend on the noise. The builder who walks away from distractions in pursuit of clarity and purpose. The crowd plays in summer. The creator finds solace in isolation. The drifter seeks company. The builder seeks clarity. Clarity does not arise from noise, but from profound introspection. So it is time to retreat, not forever, but with intention. Step back, not to escape, but to forge ahead. Let others be visible. Let others share. Let others indulge. You build, you become. When the season shifts, when the cold arrives, when the world begins to observe again, you will re-emerge, transformed and unrecognizable. This summer is not your reward. It is your awakening. It will reveal whether your successes are intentional choices or merely superficial decorations. And here lies the truth that many evade. Summer deceives. It whispers the most enticing lie, crafted by weakness. You deserve to relax. The undisciplined individual listens to this voice, believes it, and constructs their days around it. Conversely, the builder, the ruler, the individual, destined for greatness, hears the same whisper and rejects it. Not because he despises rest, but because he recognizes he has yet to earn it. Rest is not a right, it is a reward. And my friend, you have not completed the work you pledged to accomplish.
Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more motivational content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message.